Hi friends, it's day 8 and it is Saturday, the Saturday before Palm Sunday. So what does that mean? It means that I am preparing things to have my children experience Holy Week at home. And in our domestic church, our job just got a little bit harder because we're not going to be having the usual activities to go to church for. There's no living stations and penance services and all of that. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna jump on Pinterest and jump on my homegrowncatholics.blogspot.com website and get all your Holy Week ideas for crafting and reading and songs and such. Get that all together and pick out your book, your devotional, whatever you're going to read and enrich your faith during this Holy Week. And then we got to think about what prayers we're going to say as a family. So we'll have our own set of things that we do every day, which is praying the Chaplet of Divine Mercy and praying the Holy Rosary. We'll just play the I'm just realizing how loud it is out here. It came out to be in the quiet. So we're going to do our Stations of the Cross, but in addition to that, we're going to watch the Chosen TV series. And then we're going to watch The Passion of the Christ with our older children. I have a little bit of anxiety about that because I have PTSD from my son dying, and I feel connected to the Passion of the Christ through that, which is a good thing, I guess, but it does bring some of its own anxieties. So I'm going to push through that because it's good to embrace the Passion and unite it to your own suffering and shed tears. In the Diary of St. Faustina, she specifically writes down that Jesus said that people would be surprised at what they can do by simply shedding a single tear about his passion. There's a little more traffic than I was expecting on a quarantine evening. So what I'm going to be reading is The Lamb's Supper by Scott Hahn, The Mass as Heaven on Earth. And this is diving into the book of Revelations and not just thinking about it in terms of the end times, but as far as how it mirrors the Mass. So that's a fascinating read that I'm reading with my teenage son, who hasn't heard it before. So we're going to do that, and I'll probably grab out some of my old devotionals that I've used during Holy Week before. The children will be watching the animated Passion that we have on video. We'll be doing some crafting, maybe copying some Bible verses. So just really simple things, but enough to make it seem like Holy Week, to add some extra emphasis and raise up our domestic church. And what I'm going to do in our home is be mindful of the food that I make. Very simple recipes, and no snacks. And then we'll also have the house is going to be spring cleaned to be very minimalistic. So no extra things on the table and the countertops, getting that all cleared off. No statues or icons exposed. It's just going to be very solemn in our home and very simple. And I'm going to encourage everyone to be quiet and reflective and reading and meditating, praying. It's a quiet time. And then when we get to our live streamed Easter Vigil, the plan is, weather permitting, we're going to light up the campfire and unite ourselves with our church, who does the big bonfire at the Easter Vigil. At the start of the Easter Vigil, we'll have the bonfire going and we'll pass around candles, and then we'll gather in our living room and watch the Easter Vigil and participate in that. And then that night I'm going to stay up late and I'm going to decorate like crazy. I'm bringing out all the steps, just every spring and summer and floral decoration I have, putting out my freshest table linens and getting food prepped for the next day. And I'm pretending I'm having company over. Truly, everything that I'm going to do of getting the house clean and ready like I would for Easter anyways, and to not be lazy about it. I think that is going to be my part in bringing my children into the realization that this is Holy Week and we are approaching a big feast day of Easter, and there'll be so much more joy in it if we do it right. So feel free to share your ideas of what you're doing for Holy Week, any website links or things you're doing in your home, or how you're connecting with your family on Easter. I know that's a big challenge. My family's literally 1 mile and 2 miles away, and they're supposed to be coming over. So, we're going to group chat as much as we can. But we're going to be preparing some treats to drop off on their front porch and some eggs to hide in my nephew's yard. And that's kind of as far as I've got for ideas. So if anybody's doing anything unique, I would love to hear about it. So I just wish you a happy Holy Week, and that God leads you and inspires you to do something that will touch your family and enlighten your faith, and really live this liturgical season in your domestic church. God bless.